Hi everybody, this is Ginger and this is Ginger's Chat Show, and I hope all of you are having a good day. Sorry about that. Allergies are really bad today. I've been trying to get some relief and it hasn't been easy. So anyway, uh, Wednesday, April 23rd, it's the day after my birthday. And to all my family and friends, thank you again for the birthday wishes yesterday. Uh, if some of you may know, I am now 69 years old, which is like wow. Okay. um, Going up the numbers, up the steps here, or the levels. Some people call it level number, or age level number. Anyway, we need to get everything put back the way it was. There was nothing broken in government. There are some things, yes, that need to be improved upon. You don't need to break it up or anything, but just fix it. Find out what's wrong, fix it if it needs fixing. Okay? And this is the part that where Elon Musk and Trump does not understand. They just don't get it. And they're acting like a bunch of 2-year-old brats that want to mess everything up for everybody else. That's what they're doing. So, we need to push on the issue of getting him and his minions removed from office. Get everybody cleared out and get a new team in there that does work for the people, works for everybody, works with our allies. And I don't really believe that we're really separated from our allies. Our allies are right now are trying to help us to get him removed from office. Um, Now, some of the mangas that are supporting him or condoning him, uh, they're not being smart themselves. They're the ones being really hurt. A narcissist or bully, they'll just keep on hurting. They just don't really care. And what Trump is doing is basically blackmail, extortion. He's doing a lot of no things. And he needs to be put in his place for it. Um, so they need to be held accountable. Trump, Bondi, and Elon Musk. And when somebody says, or some people say, oh, well, it's not going to happen, that's telling me that they condone it. They condone what he's doing. Or they're too nervous to really stand up and call it out for what it is. You have to remember, they are supposed to be working for you, not the other way around. Okay? They work for you. You're the boss. You guys are the boss. So we need to take action on this. We need to push back on this. That's why I'm doing my show. And hi Nancy, good seeing you. Um, and need to hold people accountable that break the federal law. I mean, the federal law is there to put in the there. It's put there for a reason in the first place. Sorry, couldn't quite get it to sink there. Now, other things that we can do to give Trumpy the old middle finger is this: we can create our own, economy, individual economy. Find something to do, start a small business and help each other that way. We don't necessarily have to sell things outside the country. We can make things here in this country. Okay? We could give the old tariff the boot that way. And tariffs should be banned. They don't, as I said a couple of times before, it doesn't help anybody. It does not help any country. So tariffs need to go bye-bye. Okay? Now, again, we need to speak up and speak out. Start your own show. Do it on YouTube. Do it on Snapchat. Do it on, speak out. And put people that sit there and condone Trump in their place. Like Meta. Meta needs to be put in their place. Old Zuckerberg needs to stop thwarting people's First Amendment rights, because he's forgetting one little detail. His First Amendment rights could be shut down. It could fall back on him. So he had better be careful. Now, other platforms like Instagram, the president of Instagram is not following Zuckerberg's leak. He says no. It's there for a reason. And we don't sit there and bully people for their opinion because you disagree with it. The other thing is other platforms like Snapchat, YouTube. YouTube is doing very, very well. The only thing that they do common sense controlling, and they don't like, people that sit there and bully other people or, the common sense stuff. And more people are doing their shows, chat shows, opinions, and a lot of them are joining Substack through Midas Touch. To speak out and speak up, and this is what we need to do. Now, the legacy media such as CBS, ABC, NBC, those guys need to grow a spine. They need to push back like they did with Nixon and say, hey, the people are not going to put up with this. They weren't afraid of Nixon, okay? And so why are they afraid of Trump? That's the part I don't get. They need to push back. Now, I find it funny right now. There's a lot of coverage from CNN and ABC and Associated Press. Associated Press has been around as long as I can remember. Are covering Pope, the Pope's funeral, okay? Pope Francis' funeral. They're covering that. They're basically ignoring Trump. Trump's a little upset because he's not getting all the attention. And he talked, another thing too, he talks about flying over there to go to the funeral. Well, he's forgetting a little detail there too. He's a felon. And he has a 37 felony convictions. He's not going to be let into the country. They're going to say, nope, turn the plane back around, go back home. You're not going to the funeral. And I'm sure that they don't want him there because he's going to try and make it all about himself. And I know the Swiss guards probably won't put up with it. Swiss guards are pretty strict on as far as security goes. Sorry, I'm fighting bites. Yeah, that's the other thing that I thought about too, Nancy. What stunt he's gonna pull. Now, I understand the other aspect of, since we're talking about Europe, I understand Secretary of State Rubio, wrong job for him, by the way. Uh, Both he and his aide pulled out of the negotiations trying to get Ukraine to give up Crimea. No, Crimea belongs to Ukraine. It always has, always will. And they should get Russia to stop uh, attacking Ukraine. That's what the United States should be doing, is supporting Ukraine and telling Russia, go take a flying leap. Now, the other thing is, Putin cannot fly to France. You know why? Or not France, but fly to Italy. You know why? He has, through Interpol, and there's one other agency there within the European Union, um, he has a warrant for his arrest. Putin, he does. Also, there should be a warrant for Trump's arrest too, because he's condoning what Putin is doing. In other words, he is aiding and abetting the enemy is what he's doing. Putin has that arrest warrant, so he wouldn't dare set outside the country. If he did, and he tried landing it, if he landed Italy, they'll be ready and waiting for him, and they'll arrest him. They don't care that he is president of Russia. I'm sure a good majority of the Russians back there would love to see Putin go away. We love to see Trump go away. Okay? So, and if Trump doesn't like hearing these things, well, that's just too bad because he brought it on himself. All through his stupidity, he did not listen to anybody or anything, and Dad gave him the wrong parenting advice of don't take responsibility for your actions. Yes, you have to take responsibility for your actions. He has to be an adult about it, and he's not being an adult about it. He's being a 2-year-old bully brat about it. So that's why in my last section, we have to speak up, speak out. Don't be afraid to post your opinions. Just put it out there. If people get mad, so what if they get mad? That makes them think. Okay? They go, this is the facts. Put out the facts, stick to the facts, and if they don't like the facts, tough. You say, hey, okay, if you're not sure about the facts, go do your research. And then pretty soon they find out that, yeah, you're right. And then correct the mangas. People say, well, ignore them, and I go, and they're not worth it. And I go, yeah, it's worth it, because they realize now they're being hurt. So correct the mangas. Tell them and say, hey, you ever wonder why this and this and this? Okay. They need to admit that Trump is the wrong guy for the job. They need somebody in there like either Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom or Pete Buttigieg or, a younger guy that's experienced in government and has been working it for a number of years. Okay? Trump's the wrong guy to be POTUS. He shouldn't have ever been POTUS in the first place. Even the first time around, he should have never been in. And I wish in many ways the two impeachments stuck, and he was convicted and booted out of office. Okay. And this time around there is an impeachment storm right now because of all the dumb things that Trump is doing. I'm sorry. So again, insist, persist, and push back. And people don't like hearing it being repeated, but you know what? That makes them think, makes them look at, say, okay, this is what show them what a normal president does, okay? And then show them what Trump does and do a comparison side by side. They'll see the difference. As the old adage goes, picture's worth 1,000 words. So, and those that don't like my opinion on this, that's their problem. Okay? And so anyway, oh, Nancy, I'm going to give you a heads up on this. I could have flashed you a note or talked to you privately online. I switched e-commerce platforms and went back to Wix. Shopify's nothing against Shopify, but their subscriptions kept going up and up, and things were getting kind of frustrated trying to correct problems on my store website and everything else. Well, when I went back to Wix, my store is still there. And so, with help of AI, I'm rebuilding my store. And it makes it so much easier. I don't have to worry about coding or anything else. I'm just rebuilding it. And so, in about another 24 hours, my store will go live. I did publish it, but it will go live in the next day or so. And then I'm going to new drop shipping group. And they're doing their best. Wix is doing their best to minimize the tariffs. I don't think there's going to be anything that would come out of it. But Wix is based out of Israel, but they do have offices all around the world. And they did make some big changes. They really did. And they're making things cheaper for everybody. And so their office is here in New York. So I'm really happy I'm back with Wix. I really am. And I'm trying to create my own little economy is what I'm trying to do. And there's some people that are trying to discourage me from doing it. And I go, why? I don't tear down your dreams, do I? And they go, well, no, okay. Because I did make, about 3 years ago when I first started, I did start trying to make some money. And so, of course, things happen and everything, but now after the COVID-19 pandemic, they were working on a lot of stuff, trying to make changes to make things easier on everybody, including the store owners, and those are trying to get into the drop shipping or e-commerce business and own their own online stores. So, so I'm glad you're happy about that, Nancy. Once it goes live, I'll let you know. Uh, but it's still the same. It's gingerstoremore.com. So, all right. Well, let me check my calendar. Um, calendar. Okay, I will see you on Friday the 25th at 1 o'clock. Uh, Cal. So be sure to insist, persist, and push back. I will post this video on my YouTube channel. I would like more subscribers. Pass the word to them. It's free. And there'll be other things happening as well. So, and once my store goes live, then I'll be plugging my Ginger's Chat show too to get more subscribers. You know, back and forth because they're both basically interconnected anyway. So, okay, I will see you on Friday. Take care, stay safe, and make sure all your shots are up to date, especially for whooping cough and measles. And, oh, one other thing before I go. RFK is now trying to access medical records to track those with autism. He has no business doing that. So push back on him on that too. So take care. Love you, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.